hot seat. It's so good to have you here. So having some fun and games with the technology, which is always the way when you do something for the first time, but that's what matters. So Cass, do you want to just quickly introduce yourself, your name and your business, and tell us when did you get your business started?
Okay, yes. Well, my name's Cassandra Knight and I live here in lovely New Zealand, and our business is called Truzealia, and I work the business with my twin sister Cherry, and we started about 2 years ago. So Cherry rang me up one day and all excited about this Amazon thing. We're going to sell products on Amazon. And I went, well, okay, I'm into that. And so that's how we started. So we've taken our products to Amazon, and now we're going to start our own business online through our website. Yeah.
Brilliant. Fantastic. So from 2 years, you're already selling product on Amazon and you've got a business that's starting up. That's so cool. So tell me, Cass, what were some of your biggest challenges? I know the whole online world and an online presence is quite a daunting thing. What have been your biggest challenges though?
For me, it wasn't daunting because I'm actually a graphic designer by trade, and I love technology and I love computers, so that was fine. But the biggest challenge was this Amazon thing. And the first thing was, what are we going to sell? And we spend hours on that. And then all of a sudden I had this light bulb moment, and it was, why not sell New Zealand made products to the world? Because our products are so fantastic. So that was what launched it. Yeah. And so the biggest challenge is with Amazon, you're not in control. Okay, you have your products, you put them up there, but you're actually not in control of your customers or anything like that. Yeah.
That's a really good lesson actually, Cass, because I think a lot of people rely on the platform, don't they? They rely on Amazon or eBay or even Facebook or LinkedIn. They rely on other people's platforms to grow their business. So it's a really good lesson, a big challenge to say, okay, as much as you can do, what you can yourself, if you're relying on somebody else's platform, there's some real risks and some challenges involved there. So what's it been like trying to establish your brand and your name in a market like the States or elsewhere?
Well, the name Truzealia actually came about truly made in New Zealand and Australia. So because Cherry, my twin sister, lives in Australia and I'm in New Zealand, we decided we combine the two and we'd really source products that were made there. So it's taken us the 2 years to really, really get established on Amazon. And now our products are selling really well. So we were told at first it'd never work because the products were too expensive, blah, blah, blah. But actually we proved them wrong. And why? Because of the quality. Okay, so I think that has been the biggest issue for us, is getting ourselves established on Amazon, but now we're doing okay. Yeah,
brilliant. So not an overnight success then, Cass, is that the story?
No, it's not an overnight success, but I work on it every day. So if you're not prepared to do the work, it's like any business, you have to work to get it to be a success.
Yeah, absolutely. So share with us maybe one of your tips for that consistency. How do you make sure that you are setting time or planning to have a little bit of time every day to work on your business?
Okay, so Cherry and I both work at other jobs, so you need to set aside some time. And I would say for Amazon, once you get yourself established, you probably only need an hour a day, okay? But it's a bigger thing than that, because you've got to constantly be sourcing your products, looking at what you're writing on Amazon, just really tweaking it all the time. So I think you need maybe more time than that, 2 hours a day, but you can only do what you can do. And so you have to make that time efficient.
Yeah, I love it. Just an hour a day. And if everybody did that, and it's almost the same in any business, isn't it? Regardless of whether you're selling a product or a service, or you're selling it online, or however you do it, you still need probably an hour a day just to work on your business, not in the business, or if it's another thing that you do, but 1 hour a day that you should dedicate to it. So Cass, do you tend to choose, like, I'll do it in the morning, or do you work it around your day, or do you have a set time where you really feel that you can most focus on working on the business?
Yeah, I'm a really structured person. So I set a time. I get up, I go and in the morning and do my exercises at the gym, and then I come home and I'll work till midday. Okay. And then because you're at a computer all day, you've got to get out of there. So I get out and then I'll decide what I'm going to do when I come back. So I like to do it in the mornings.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Get it done and out the way. I love it. Now, I know we are going live on Facebook with this as well, because some people are liking the interview, which is great.
Oh,
if you
great.
have any questions for Cass, please pop them into the comments and we will see if we can answer those while we have Cass on the line. Yeah. It's a very short interview that we do in the hot seat, just to get those real gems for everybody, to give you some inspiration and some motivation to keep going with what you're doing in business. So Cass, I wonder whether you can share with us something that you're really proud of achieving with your business so far. Well,
I'm really proud of the fact that we have taken a New Zealand made product to the market and it's worked. So what that's going to do is give us a really lovely flow-on effect for our own website business, and that we know that, like, selling our artisan products, and that's what we're going to do, can work. All right. And so something that it doesn't have to be a low cost item. It can be a valuable, high cost item, and it can work. So I think it's all about just being passionate about it. Not giving up is the biggest thing. Don't ever give up. You know, you can do it, and you'll have setbacks. Some days I could jump down this computer and hit Amazon, you know, because they just, I'm a type of person, I never give up. And I never, if you're a computer person, don't let it defeat you, you know, because it can drive you mad. But I think that's our biggest achievement. Yeah. And Cherry's the same. She's brought all her business skills, and that's really helped immensely with our business. Yeah.
Awesome. So that tenacity is such an important and valuable ingredient to being an entrepreneur, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just never giving up.
Yeah.
So it's nice though, because you've got the creative background and Cass and Cherry has the business background. It's sort of a lovely partnership between the two of you. How does that work?
Yeah, it is. It's a most fantastic partnership, because I am very fortunate. I can do all the creative side, the images, the website, but Cherry knows everything about the logistics, how to get the product over to America. We've got a logistics company that packs the products and sends them to Amazon. So over that 2 years, we've had to learn a heck of a lot, you know, and things like duty and customs and all those little techie things, but that's why we work so well together. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Very steep learning curves when you're an entrepreneur, isn't it? It's a little bit sink or swim. What are the times do you think where you've really felt, I know having to work with somebody else's platform was always exasperating, but when have you really felt like you were completely drowning, and when, what was it that got you through?
Sometimes Amazon does things that are just so left field. Like, we introduced a pair of socks, and these socks are amazing, and they have in them something that stops fungal growth. So they're for men, sweaty feet, all that. So Amazon tells us, we've deleted your product because it's got a fungicide in it, you know? And I'm going, what the? I couldn't believe you're doing. Yeah. So you just have to really persevere, and you have to be nice about it. You don't get on there and say, you know, but just be nice and say, can you please explain to me why you've done this? This is a sock. It is not a herbicide. And just little challenges like that. But you've got to laugh about them.
I like that. A good sense of humour. Yeah. So the lesson is, look, stuff is going to hit you from left field in business. Yeah. Perseverance is the key, and staying nice.
Yeah.
Not getting upset about it and laughing about it, because in reality, big picture, You know, maybe you don't laugh about it in the moment, but when you look back on it, you can enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
I love it. So Cass, how has the Audacious agency helped you?
Oh, it's been the most fantastic thing, because it's with our Truzealia, it's really helped us to focus on what we're doing, what the brand's about, who our customer is, how we're going to portray ourselves to the customer, and all those sorts of things we didn't have very clear, okay, in our minds. We knew what we wanted to do. And what happens is people get really tied up in what they want to do, but they forget about that overall impression of what they're making, how they're going to sell themselves. And I think that's been the most fantastic thing, Lauren. Yeah.
Brilliant. Because you can get too close to it, can't you? I mean,
Yeah.
I have the same thing when I'm working on my brand. It took me 4 years to create my personal brand. 4 years, it's a long time. I can do it much faster for other people. But do you think often in business we do just get a little bit too close to what's going on?
Oh, totally. Because as a creative person myself, I make images and do stuff like that. And I get so into the making of the image, I forget, what am I going to do with it when I'm finished with it? You know, and the artist and producer or creator is very like that. You know, they are just so into producing their product, they forget about what they're going to do with it when it's made. And that's what your Audacious agency has helped us to look at the bigger picture.
Brilliant. I love it. And I can't wait to see what happens with your brand and where you get to. We're only really just starting.
Yeah.
So there's plenty to do. So Cass, what would you do if you could get yourself a TARDIS and go back in time and give yourself some advice before you even started this business together with Cherry? What advice would you give yourself?
Oh, I think to get ourselves very clear on what our brand is and who our avatar is and how we're going to present ourselves. If we'd done this first, it would have helped us so much, you know? And now at the moment, we're just feeling like we're just on this beautiful road to success because we just know exactly what we're doing now.
Brilliant. I love it. So do you think it would have saved you some time and some effort in a few of those harebrained moments?
Yes, a lot of time and effort. And I don't know whether Amazon would have been the platform we would have started on, you know, but it's been a very good test to see that the products work, and they do. And maybe some people might go on Etsy or something like that, or, you know, eBay, and it's a good test to see if your products are going to sell.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. A lot of people try to perfect everything. They try to wait until they've got a perfect website, an amazing looking product, or all the collateral or everything done, or they've written their book or whatever it is before they test it out in the market. What do you think that power is, Cass, of being able to say, look, let's do a minimal viable product first and see if someone will buy it?
I think it's really awesome because, as you say, we get too wrapped up in the product, okay? So we have to really look at how we can get it out there. It might be just, we started out, one product was just a cheap $10 product, and we brought 100 of them and we put it on Amazon. They sold out. Okay, next minute, we got a copyright thing in our email box. So you will have things like that come up, but you just got to ride above them and keep going. Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it? There really is no such thing as perfect, is there? There's no perfect product or perfect business, or there's always going to be these hiccups and these things that happen. So what are some of the things that you tell yourself, Cass, when these things do happen? What are some of the little zingers or the phrases or motivational things you tell yourself when this stuff is going on to get you to keep going?
Look, laugh about it, have fun. Look, we're not perfect. Human beings are not perfect, and there will be challenges. And if you can't be looking at it in a happy way, excited way, change it, you know? Because, yeah, there will be things that come up, and everything is, no product is perfect. Our society's having a really hard time at the moment with COVID, and, you know, our post here in New Zealand is like horrific. It's, you're not getting your products and all that. So you just got to go with the flow.
take a deep breath
Yeah.
and just sit with it,
Yeah.
which is often really hard as an entrepreneur because we are makers. We're trying to, make things happen. So
Yeah.
to be able to just go, no, we have to just go with the flow. That's not a natural thing, is it, to do? So Cass, tell me a little bit more about where you'd like your business to be in the future.
I'd like to have us have a very lovely, sustainable business that offers people products that are ethical, well-made, that empowers people to make right choices, because that people don't realize people are very discerning about the choices they make, and they want to make good choices, but most of the time you don't have time to do it. And that's what our business is going to be all about. And for Cherry and I, because we're over 60, for us, it's a retirement, a lovely retirement business that we can do together and just make a success of.
Yeah, I can't ever see the two of you retiring, to be completely honest with you.
I think it would be too boring.
Absolutely, you're far too bright and interesting to be retired. I can't ever imagine it. So if you are just tuning in, I'm chatting away today with Cassandra Knight from Truzealia, and we're talking about how her business has grown and what she and her twin sister have been doing over the years to get that business up and running, and what their future will be like, and the challenges and the things that they overcame as well. The Audacious Hot Seat is for a specific audience, but also for specific guests who are entrepreneurs in business who are getting out there, stepping into the spotlight and starting to shine. And we have some amazing guests coming up. But if you have questions for Cass, please pop them in the comments in the Rocket Launch Your Business Facebook group. That's where we do these interviews live. And we also post them on the Audacious Agency YouTube channel. So you can go in there and have a look. And again, put comments down and we'll put you in touch with the people that we are interviewing. Cass, I'm going to finish very quickly on just a very quick question for you. If you weren't doing what you're doing right now, being a creative, running your own business, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, I think I'd be in an awful job, working 9 to 5. Like, I was in a really wonderful job as an educator of young women. I was teaching at quite a big fashion school. I ran the school as a manager. Then one day they walked in and you're all redundant, so nothing is secure. And I think as women, we need to empower ourselves to have security. We can't rely on a man in our life or things like that. And what I have noticed is there are thousands of women in business. And mostly they're very, very small businesses, one person, they might have a couple of employees. But it's just empowering ourselves to be our own people and have our own money and our own lives. So many women, when they retire, are extremely poor. They're living off a pension. It's just not enough. We've got to do better, and we can do better, and that was one of the things I did with these young women, was tell them to follow their dreams. Don't hit them hard and tell them they're no good. As women, we've got to empower ourselves and empower our young women.
Wow, what a fabulous message. It is so important, isn't it? I think a lot of the time when we're in business, we lose sight of the fact that we create a legacy for others, that there's this ripple effect that goes out there. Cass, do you have a favourite quote or saying that you have always had around you, or maybe you look at, or you've used it before? Is there something that you say all the time to yourself that's a favourite saying?
Well, I do actually. I do have a favourite quote, and it's, if it's not working or you're not happy, change it. It's really simple. And that quote was given to me by a family member who started a small business like we're doing, and he's now a multi-millionaire. And he just has this philosophy: if you're not happy and you don't like it, change it. It might not be changed overnight, but you can. And I never forget that.
Awesome, fantastic. It's that old saying, isn't it? You're not a tree. Human beings aren't stuck in one place. So that's lovely. So if you're not happy and if it's not working, change it. Don't wait for somebody else to come and rescue you. Make sure you're making it happen. Cassandra, it's been an absolute blast to talk with you today in the Audacious Hot Seat. Is there anything else you'd like to leave our audience with before we wrap up the interview?
Just be passionate and believe in yourselves, and don't give up, you know. Yeah, that's my message. And empower other women. Don't, you know, we're so quick sometimes to look at the negative stuff. Stop it. Do the positive. Help them. Say you love them. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I love it. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Cass. So we've been talking today with Cassandra Knight from Truzealia. I'm sure you'll be seeing their brand more and more as they grow their business. There's amazing twins doing incredible things and creating a legacy for others. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us in the Audacious Hot Seat today. It's been an absolute pleasure to interview Cass and find out her story. I hope that's inspired you and motivated you, if anything, to make sure that no matter what, you keep going. You never, ever give up. Thanks so much, Cass, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. It's been a pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.